Hello, and welcome back to the Conscious Code series on the EmbodyME Podcast. I am Renae, the Soul Brand Alchemist, and I help conscious digital entrepreneurs infuse their human design and gene keys into their purpose-aligned brand so that they magnetize their soul-aligned audience on autopilot with passion, authenticity, and confidence, and therefore make the impact they know they came to make on a soul level. So today I want to announce that I have upgraded the Conscious Code Collective membership, which is where I'm actually pulling all of the information from for these episodes. And if you think I'm giving a lot of information in these episodes, the membership has so much more detail for each gate. Not only do I have all 64 gates in this membership, I have all 32 human design channels. I have all 9 human design centers, whether it's defined or undefined. I have all of the types, all of the strategies, all of the authorities, pretty much everything that you need to know about your human design, a complete breakdown of every single aspect in the Conscious Code Collective membership. It's only $47 a month. You can cancel at any time whenever you feel like you've had your share of your human design information, learning all about yourself, all about your gifts, your shadows. There are tons of affirmations, a lot more tips that I've listed, a lot more contemplative questions. And I've also recently added branding information there to where you can really start to create your brand strategy around your specific human design essences. Whatever is in your chart or in your hologenetic gene keys profile, you will definitely find in this membership. So the link is in the show notes. Go ahead and click that. I can't wait to see you inside. So with that being said, we are talking about gate 23 today. I call this gate the profound communicator. And in the human design, it's called the gate of assimilation or the gate of transmission. And of course, it's located in the throat center, moving towards the ajna, connected to gate 43. And this is in the channel of structuring, which is a design of individuality, or genius to freak is what they like to call it in human design. In the gene keys, this is called the alchemy of simplicity. In the I Ching, it's called splitting apart. Mountain rests on soft earth. This is in the tropical sign of Taurus and the Vedic sign of Aries, except for the last day where it moves into Taurus, but specifically in the Kritika nakshatra. So the overall energy of gate 23 holds a profound and multifaceted energy that operates at both individual and collective levels. The characteristics of this gate paint a rich picture of transformation, complexity, simplicity, and the power of communication. So it speaks to its transformative quality. Its primary action is to communicate radical ideas and initiate change solely through the use of words. Individuals with this gate active in their charts possess a unique ability to speak the truth and bring forward novel insights, often challenging established norms. So let's look at the shadow, which is complexity. And this represents being entangled in repetitive emotional crises, leading to cycles of drama and confusion. So let's dig deeper into this shadow. The repressive nature or the introverted nature is showing up as dumb, which is where you stay silent through fear, never expressing what you really think, where your language is held back from internal repression or external oppression. The term dumb has come to refer to a lack of intelligence because this is how these people are perceived. So it's not necessarily that you are dumb. You're perceived as dumb because you're not speaking the truth when you know what the truth is. You're choking on fear instead of speaking your mind clearly, if at all, or slowly learning not to say what you really think, lapsing into silence or superficiality, dumbness, right? It's not necessarily stupidity. It's just you're dumb for not speaking up. If you want to, I don't want to say that in a way where it can be offensive, but this is the term that was used by Richard Rudd in describing the repressive nature of this specific gene key. The reactive nature or extroverted nature is fragmented. And this is where you cannot stop talking. You have a general mistiming when you speak, or you create enormous interference and fragmentation wherever you go, always saying the wrong thing or the right thing at the wrong time. So your language patterns overcomplicate things and misses the essential meaning of things. So you spend energy trying to be heard, only to find that you're being pushed away or people are rejecting your insights, and you find yourself talking in circles or over-explaining everything. So your communication becomes very complicated in your shadow, and you may struggle with effectively conveying your radical ideas or unique insights and perspectives to others. You have a tendency to speak without clarity in your shadow. There might be times when you speak the truth, but the message lacks clarity and grace in how it was delivered. And this could lead to misunderstandings and people not fully grasping the depth of your insights because they are very deep. And you're very impatient with timing. It's like you just have to get it off your chest. You have to say what you want to say, right? And these radical ideas that you're saying without considering the right timing or the receptivity of your audience may cause your message to fall on deaf ears. This can cause insecurity about your unique perspectives and insights. There could be a lack of conceptualization where you may experience mental anxiety as you struggle to conceptualize and articulate your unique insights clearly. You may not hear what others have to say either in your shadow because you have such an overwhelming urge to express yourself, and that might lead to difficulties in truly hearing and understanding what others are saying. And overall, there's just an escalation of misunderstandings happening in your shadow. And it's very challenging to provide straightforward answers to questions due to the complexity of misunderstandings of your thought processes and communication style. So it's very interesting in the way you speak. And that's why they call this channel from freak to genius. But let's talk about your gift of simplicity, where you go from being complex to simplifying things. And this happens when you embrace the gift of simplicity. You communicate with clarity and precision. So in your gift, you're very clear and precise in how you deliver your message. Your words hold transformative power and can inspire others to see things from new perspectives. You possess the gift of heart-centered marketing, where your genuine care for others shines through your communication, and this approach fosters trust and authentic connections with your audience. You're very aware of time, what's correct timing and what's not. You're naturally attuned to the right timing for sharing your insights. You know when to speak up and when to wait, making sure that your message resonates with the right people at the right time. You're very authentic and honest in your communication style, and your gift lies in speaking the truth with authenticity and honesty. So your straightforward approach helps you gain the respect and trust of others. And you share these profound insights with simplicity. Your unique voice allows you to express these perspectives of yours and these truths that you come across in your life in a simple and accessible way to others. This makes it easier for people to assimilate and benefit from your wisdom. In your gift, you have mastered language for positive change. You can utilize your persuasive abilities for positive change and transformation, and your words inspire and uplift, encouraging others to embrace new perspectives and ideas. And that leads us to the Siddhi, or highest state of frequency of this gate, which is quintessence. This is a state of realization where you embody the wisdom of the ages, transcending the dualities of right and wrong, seeking and longing. So let's dive further into quintessence. Kind of hard for me to say. But this is where you are effective at teaching and advising, because your communication skills convey complex concepts in a clear and engaging manner, and that helps others understand and grow with you in your unique perspectives. You're very original in your expression. You have a creative way of thinking that allows you to see things differently, making your insights unique and valuable. You have a very deep sense of humor, and that adds a lighthearted and playful touch to your communication. And that can actually uplift others and bring joy to the conversation in that state. And of course, you're in tune with the higher wisdom. Your gift is being in touch with higher guidance, and you trust your inner knowing and make decisions aligned with your true purpose and well-being of all. You possess the ability to simplify complex matters, helping others see with greater clarity and understanding. And you're very connected to the acoustic field. You're connected to sound, which allows you to hear and translate clear insights with profound impact. So ultimately, you have the Midas touch of communication, a gift for touching others' hearts and minds with your words, turning ordinary conversations into transformative experiences. You're very mysterious, and you have respect for mystery and surrender, following your own inner path, knowing that the insights that you speak out loud are so profound that they do transform lives. And how you can use this in your brand and business is by helping people bring clarity to their message, whatever their message may be, helping people know how to express themselves effectively, teaching people or showcasing, or even just telling your own profound truths with clarity and ease, and being the beacon of showing others how to embody that essence of speaking their truth with clarity and making sure that their message is received by the right people. It's all about innovative communication, clarity, and precision in your message. And that's ultimately what you are here to help others do as well. And here are some contemplative questions that you can ask yourself if you have this gate active. What comes up for me when I know something, but I don't know how I know what I know? That's a good question, considering you're so tapped into the divine and that these profound truths come through you. What a beautiful thing to contemplate on. How do I handle myself when I know something, but the people around me aren't ready to hear it yet? It's all about timing. I think I need to work on that as well, personally. What steps can I take to embrace simplicity in my communication and avoid overcomplicating things? And here are some tips that you can use to further embrace the shadow of complexity and embody the gift of simplicity and quintessence. Embrace self-awareness. That's the first step, obviously. Cultivating a practice of self-awareness to recognize when you are slipping into the shadow of complexity. Notice the patterns of overthinking, fear-driven speech, and convoluted communication. Practice active listening. Develop the skill of active listening where you genuinely hear others without interrupting or forming judgments. By understanding their perspectives, you can communicate more effectively and compassionately. And simplify your communication. Challenge yourself to communicate with clarity and simplicity. Avoid unnecessary jargon or complicated language. Aim to convey your ideas in a way that everyone can grasp easily. And don't forget timing. That's always very important, making sure that you're saying the right thing at the right time. That is gate 23, the profound communicator. Just wanting to express all the amazing, unbelievable things that it just receives, and wanting to share those insights with the world and knowing when to do it. That is the most important part, because not everyone's always ready to hear everything you have to say, right? Beautiful gate. I love anytime anyone has anything interesting to say, I'm always tuned in. So lovely gate. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next human design gate. Mwah.